Ashe the Frost Archer. Ashe hails from the northern Freljord, where brutal tribal raids and interclan warfare are as much a part of the landscape as the scream of the frozen winds and the unyielding cold of the tundra. The only child of Graina, the matriarchal chieftain of the tiny Avarosan tribe, Ashe was iceborn, a member of the warrior caste, gifted with an ancestral connection to the magic of her lands and the rare ability to wield the power of true ice. Everyone assumed that Ashe would follow her mother as the tribe's next leader. However, this was never a glory Ashe desired. The grim responsibility of her warlike lineage and extraordinary gifts instead left Ashe feeling isolated, burdened, and alone. Her only respite was when Sejuani, an iceborn girl from a sister tribe, would stay with them for the summer hunts around the Orncall Rocks. The girls' friendship defined their childhoods, but was cut short just as they reached their teens. Somehow, Graina had offended Sejuani's grandmother, and the fellowship between their tribes ended suddenly. Soon after, with her youth fading, Ashe's mother began her lifelong quest for the throne of Avarosa, a supposed hoard of treasures and magical items that she hoped would return her people to greatness. But Graina's belief in prophecies and legends led her to take risks, which often left her tribe enfeebled. Finally, during a dangerous and unnecessary raid in another tribe's lands, Graina was killed. Her sudden death left young Ashe on the run, while most of her tribe was wiped out. Alone, pursued, Ashe followed her mother's last map to a deserted glacier where she found the supposed grave of Avarosa and her magical bow of true ice. Ashe used the weapon to avenge her mother's death, then turned west. Whether it was out of duty or loneliness, Ashe gained a reputation by protecting the many scattered hearthbound tribes she encountered. She spurned the custom of taking thralls, and instead chose to adopt these desperate people as full members of her new tribe, and her fame grew quickly. Soon many began to believe that she did not just carry the weapon of Avarosa. Ashe was the legend herself, reborn and destined to reunite the Freljord. But tall tales would not feed her followers, and their long march south left the tribe on the verge of starvation. So, Ashe leveraged the myths surrounding her, using them to form alliances with the powerful and land-rich southern tribes, promising to unite them into a nation capable of challenging neighboring kingdoms. These new alliances brought new dangers, and Ashe quickly found herself at the center of a political feud. A war mother, as Freljordian tribal leaders are known, was expected to wed, and taking a husband from one of the major tribes would anger the others. Ashe could take several husbands, but this would only bring the conflict to a boil within her own household, and the ensuing bloodshed would shatter the alliances she had fought to build. Her answer was an impoverished vagabond from a mountain clan that had been nearly wiped out, the warrior Tryndamere. He was neither a spirit walker nor blessed with any elemental powers, but upon his arrival in Ashe's new capital, Tryndamere had thrown himself into every dueling ring he could find. He fought with abandon, desperate to prove the destitute survivors of his clan were worthy of adoption by one of the stronger tribes. But even for the Freljord, his brutal fighting style and extraordinary vitality were unsettling, and many suspected he was touched by dark magic. Ignoring this, Ashe offered to adopt his people as her own, if he became her first and only blood-sworn. Tryndamere accepted reluctantly. Though a political marriage, the attraction they felt for each other was palpable, and slowly a true affection blossomed. Now, Ashe stands at the head of the largest coalition of Freljordian tribes in many generations. Even so, the unity she would bring rests upon an uneasy peace, threatened by internal intrigues, foreign powers, the growing violent horde of the Winter's Claw, and a supposed destiny that Ashe must at least pretend to believe. Now, Ashe stands at the head of the largest coalition of Freljordian tribes in many generations. Even so, the unity she would bring rests upon an uneasy peace, threatened by internal intrigues, foreign powers, the growing violent horde of the Winter's Claw, and a supposed destiny that Ashe must at least pretend to believe.